we wanted to have an opportunity for each of the founders and executives to leave you all with a message and a takeaway and a challenge for something for you to look forward to here in 2021. And to start that off, we have none other than Mr. Lon Hudman himself.
Hey, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed our virtual kickoff. And for my concluding remarks, I wanted to actually issue a challenge. And this challenge comes from a book that I read a while ago. It's by Chad Lewis, who was a former NFL football player. And the book is entitled Surround Yourself with Greatness. And the premise of the book was that Chad didn't feel like he had the talent that was required to play in the NFL. But because he surrounded himself with great players and great coaches, he was able to reach his potential, and that allowed him to play in the NFL. And so the premise is, if you surround yourself with great people, you will also achieve and attain greatness. So that's my challenge. Surround yourself with greatness. And I have 3 keys to help you do this. The first key is identify greatness. As you look around you and you interact with the people that you meet and talk to every day, look for people that make you feel better about yourself, people that inspire you, that make you feel like you can do anything and accomplish anything. And surround yourself with those people. Have those people play a larger part in your life. Okay, so identify greatness. The second key is to look for people that compliment you. Now, I'm not talking about people that are going to come up and tell you that you have nice shoes or that you look good. I'm talking about people that have strengths where you might have weaknesses. And all of us have different strengths, different weaknesses. So I think as you're building your team, look for people that are going to compliment you. Now, I can give you an example in my own life. For the past 30 years, okay, Kendall and I have worked together in production. And what I'm good at is not necessarily the things that Kendall's good at. And I can tell you that Kendall can do all the things that I can't do. And I feel, and I think he would admit, that we've made a really good team because what he's strong at and good at are my weaknesses and vice versa. And so I think we complement each other very, very well. And so I encourage you to do the same thing. Look for people as you're building your team that are going to kind of fill in the gaps and do the things that you are maybe not comfortable doing or aren't as good as doing as these other people. All right. The third key is to be humble enough to let the other people in your team and the people that you've surrounded yourself with shine and be in the spotlight. If you want to develop leaders, you've got to give them the opportunity to lead. So I encourage you to identify greatness, find people that are going to compliment you, and then let them shine. And if you do that, you will surround yourself with greatness, and you'll find that you will attain greatness. My last point, I want to put a plug in for our national convention. One of the easiest and best ways to surround yourself with greatness is to attend our events. And we have our convention coming up in August in Orlando. All of the great soul sisters, soul siblings, soul bros, we're all going to be there. And so that is an easy way to surround yourself with greatness. So I encourage you to do that. Again, I hope you've had a wonderful time at our Soul Virtual Kickoff. And I will see you in Cancun. And if not there, in Orlando. Good night.
Awesome. Thank you, Lon. Sure appreciate you on all your help in putting these great events together. Now, next up, we have Mr. Blake Christensen, who's our VP of Supply Chain Management. Easier to say than to do. And join me in welcoming Blake up.
Thank you very much, Jordan. It's great to be here with you this evening, share some time with you. First off, I want to publicly thank all of you for the hard work that you've done over the year of 2020. It's been an incredible year. We've grown a lot as a company, and we've done it together. It's issued new challenges for us on the supply chain side and quality side, and that is the challenge of keeping up with that growth. And so I'd like to announce a challenge that we've taken on ourselves to help support you in your growth. This last year, we've grown and expanded our manufacturing capabilities. We've actually added 8 new clean rooms to our facility. and added a lot of new equipment to help stay well ahead of the growth. Make sure that you're always getting the products that you need to be successful, to help Solle grow. The second part of that challenge is a challenge for all of us to help fill that capacity, to help share Solle with many more people. We can all grow together and meet the challenges and demands that you need for your product growth, but also to help your businesses grow, and we can do it together. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Blake. As you all know, as our Solle family, our product quality is second to none, and Blake plays such a huge instrumental role in that. So take what he's been so amazing at in making sure these products are fantastic and spread that out to everybody. Let everybody know what we've got, what can help them. Next up, we have none other than Mr. Kendall Bird himself, our VP of Brand.
Thank you, Jordan. I am so happy to be here with you and participate in this event and to see your comments and to enjoy your virtual company. I love events and I love to come to these, and I love even more being physically with you, but it's great to be virtually with you and being simply together here. And I appreciate the love and the support that you give us. So I want to issue two challenges. My first challenge is I challenge you to be effective this year as you look forward to 2021. Be effective. Don't waste your precious energy on things that don't further your business or your life or your health. Be mindful and think through whether something is truly productive. A couple years back, I did a bird's eye view, and I talked about it's all right to be a little bit lazy, to take the easy way, to look for the easy ways to do things, and not to work harder than you need to work smart and not hard. And a couple ways to do that. We've talked about a few things here this week. I loved what Hope said about combating burnout. And if you're doing a lot of things that take your energy and your motivation that don't really bring you results, then that'll burn you out quicker. And I love what Jordan was talking about with being contagious. He's talking about duplication, having people carry your light with them, and that gives you so much more power. And we've talked about systems, and that you need to get a system to help you with that, to give you that power to duplicate. And if you're new and you don't have a system, go to your mentor and say, "What's our system? What are the things I need to do on day one, on day two, and what to tell people?" And if your mentor says, "I don't know, haven't figured that out yet," then go with your mentor to their mentor, and go all the way till you get to a 15K. And when you get to the 15K, and if they say, "I don't know what our system is," then say, let's create one together. And if you're a 15K or you're a leader, it's time to put together a system and help those people be powerful and be productive and effective. Another way is to use the tools that Solle creates. Lots of tools out there that you can use to give you power. Any construction worker or mechanic knows that without those tools, they can't do as much. And the tools give them the power to do a lot more. And Solle creates a lot of tools. We're always looking for tools. The promotions and things that we do are not necessarily to save you money. We're giving you a tool to go and share that with somebody else, to give you an opportunity to share that with somebody else. Take those opportunities, those tools that we do, those promotions. My second challenge to you is to build your brand. Now, as VP of brand, I think of this quite a bit. And I feel like your brand is very important to build. And I feel like there's three parts to your brand that you need to concentrate on and understand. The first is your personal brand, which is who are you? What do you stand for? What do you believe in? And what are you wanting to portray to the people that you communicate with? This year, think about that and try to create and cultivate that brand, your personal brand. Second would be your team brand. What team do you belong to? And what does that mean to you and to the others in your team? And if you don't belong to a team, connect with your mentor and connect with the people you bring in and build a team, because when people see us, like Corinne said, they see us together, they see the power in that. So I believe that you should really gather a team and excuse me, and cultivate that. Third is the soul brand. Cultivate the soul brand, share it, bring people to our events, to our virtual live streams, and share that. Go on to our social media, share your opinions and your comments, and when people answer questions for people, that really builds the brand for Soul. So those are the two things I challenge you to do this year. So grateful for your support and your love. Thank you.
Awesome. Well
Jordan,
done, Kendall.
reading the comments, it looks like you just got promoted from your Monday morning time.
Looks like
Success
Ashley
show.
would like Kendall to take over Monday Morning Success.
You
I
did
love
too
it.
good.
I love it. Let's do this. Wonderful. Well done, Kendall. Proud of you, bud. Hey, last but not least, we are going to hear from the original soul man himself, Mr. Greg Halliday. Join us up here, Greg.
Thank you, Jordan and Hope, and hello and good evening, everyone. I want to start out tonight. Yes, I brought some notes. My first message is a confession. I need to say that my name is Greg Halliday, and I am a soul bro. That's the first part of my message. Next, I'd like to, I don't know if you probably didn't see it, but my daughter Avery just slipped on stage here tonight because my invitation it's a pretty simple one. What I'd like to leave you with tonight is an invitation to believe in yourself and believe in the strength that you have. I think I can say that because we know so many of you, those that we haven't met that are newer, we look forward to it. Hopefully in Cancun, for sure in Orlando this year, if you don't get to see us in Cancun, we don't get to meet you. Because each time we do that, we see a lot of strength here. So I'd like to begin my message by asking my daughter Avery, who yesterday I asked to sing one of my favorite songs that she sings. She can sing a lot of different songs on guitar. I asked her to sing Titanium. So let's hear Avery for just a second.
You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but all your bullets ricochet. Shoot me down, but I get. 'Cause I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet, you take your aim. Far away, you shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium. Oh. Cut me down, but it's you who have further to fall. Ghost town, haunted Hide your voice. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Talking loud and not saying much. 'Cause I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet, you take your aim. Far away, shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium, you shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium. I'm titanium. Stone heart, machine gun, we're firing at the ones who run. Stone heart, it's bulletproof glass. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium.
Okay, thank you, Avery. You can't see her while you see me because I'm on a different stage. So I know it's a little weird. I want to ask her just a question or two because I asked her to sing this yesterday. That's a great example of being ready to share your gifts. Wow, Avery's such a great example. But let me ask you, Avery, when did you first sing that? And why do you like that song?
So I first sang it at it was almost like a retreat, I guess, for a bunch of kids ranging from just like youth, I guess. And I sang it in front of this whole like live audience. It was like our last fireside, I guess, of the week. And during that time, it's like you're in the midst of just being a teenager and having just the different hardships that come with that, and with what you want to be and who you want to be, and having really hard time with social pressure and different things that come up in our lives that are maybe unexpected or even expected that maybe we're just not ready for. And as I sang that song and as I found that song, it really spoke a wonderful message to me of the power that you can have within yourself to be able to withstand trials and be able to get through them, to be who you want to be and be the best version of yourself. And each time I sing that, I'm just reminded that we can kind of be as strong as titanium is in a way. So that's what I really think.
I love that. I love that, Avery. That's most of my message tonight. In fact, I think I have a graphic here for you. You are titanium. That's my first message. And Avery, you are that way for me. I love the woman that you're becoming and your great example, and how you inspire me and really all of us in our family. I looked up a couple of facts on titanium. You know, it is a very durable metal, but it's also tensile, which means it doesn't shatter. It can take there's some flexion in it. And I do think that all of us have within us a great strength. And I think often that, especially thinking this past year, how much all of you as leaders went through and achieved, and how much good you did in a very different situation and not an easy one for anyone. And for some, it was harder than others, and everyone represented and helped. So I want to say with Avery, you are titanium. And I want to leave you with one more quote. And again, my invitation is to please believe in yourself. In fact, I'm looking right at the camera right now, and I'm thinking of a particular individual. And that individual is you. And I want you to believe in yourself and just know that you can do it. This is the quote that I want to share with you. It's by William James. It's something I meditated on a few times this past week. Here's the quote. Beyond the very extreme of fatigue and distress, We may find amounts of ease and power we never dreamed ourselves to own. Sources of strength never taxed at all because we never push through the obstruction. I don't know why that quote struck me, so I want to tell you, I wrote down a couple of notes from my personal meditation on it. Why did that quote strike me so much? Well, looking at it on the screen, what first caught my eye, it doesn't say beyond the extreme of fatigue and distress. I mean, fatigue and distress are pretty intense words already. But he says beyond the very extreme, which to me is the very final limit of it, the last ounce that we think we can handle. Well, that was the first thing that caught my eye. The next thing that caught my eye, he said that we'll find ease and power. And I took that to be personal strength and power. But ease, I took to mean, and I take it to mean talent and gifts. Beyond the very extreme of fatigue and distress, we find amounts of talent and personal power we never dreamed ourselves to own. The last part of this quote that really struck me, continuing reading it, sources of strength never taxed at all because we never pushed through the obstruction. Well, what caught my eye there, and I underlined it, were the words at all. And he didn't say sources of strength never taxed, but not even taxed at all, not tested or found or even perhaps discovered at all if it weren't for that obstruction. So I thought about this because of this year. And there are still some ripples in the water that we're going to be pushing through in the coming year, for sure. And behind those are gifts that we have to give that we never knew we had. And I believe that. So my invitation is just to believe in yourself and keep doing the good things you're doing for yourself and for others. Thanks, everybody.